Not sure how I want to start this video. Besides saying thank you for supporting me on Patreon and Subscribestar. You're sponsoring this channel. Patrons get to see videos early, participate in yard sales, which happen at the end of every month, or the beginning of every month, depending on how you look at life. Also, lots of sound demos. You also got to check out the secondary channel, and don't forget that there's a $10 tier with a private yard sale. No, not private yard sale. That other thing, swap meet. Hi. This is a weird video. You know why? I'm doing one IEM. One. I just did that video. To you guys, it was like a week ago, but to me, it was like a week and a half. And I was like, oh my God, I got so many IEMs. What am I going to do, Zeos? Zeos, what are you going to do? So, because I'm an idiot, I'm going to do one IEM. But this is a special IEM. This is the Mangird, not Grid, the Mangird Tea, which I did I called it the Mangrid because I think Mangrid sounds better than Mangird, but whatever, real names or whatever. So the 2 was sent to me, and it's one of the few IEMs I actually looked forward to. I don't give a shit about most of them. I don't know their names. None of them had predecessors. The Tin T2s came out. I loved them. And then there was the Tin T2 Pros and Tin T3s. And there was so many disappointments, and like, it just wasn't better than the original. So it sort of like disheartened me for everything in the future. But the Mangirds, the first ones, I resent selling them in the yard sale. That's what I did. I sold them in the yard sale. And I would look at my like clairvoyance, and I'd look at the Legacy 3s and all the other. I think those are $300 because they're still on Linsol. These are $350, so they're a little bit more money, but I got them and I actually had a vested interest in listening to them. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna hook these up. I put them on the little IFI Griffin, and I was driving around with them and put them in the head, and I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna walk through the store, and now I'm gonna sit down and do an actual review. This review took way too long to start. Should I restart it? No, fuck it. Z Reviews. Hi, how you doing? So, instead of just being called the Mangird Teas, they're now called the Zens. I don't know if you can see that. Zen's Mangird Tea. I think that's the Zen logo. And it says voice from Zens, not the place from Half-Life, I don't think. There's too many N's. But it's a quite interesting design. And it's the same design as the original Mangird Teas that I fucking loved and then sold and then regretted selling. It's a single dynamic 6 balanced armature. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of shit to put in there. And it's not like KZ where they put a lot of shit and then don't hook any of it up. It's like, this is a lot of shit, and I could hear it doing its job, yet I can't hear it doing its job, which is what you kind of want. It's kind of like having a 7-way speaker. It's like, you have a 7-way speaker. You got a tweeter, and you got a mid-range, you got a woofer, and you got another woofer, and then you got a rear-facing woofer, and then you got a self-powered sub. And to make all that work cohesively is very difficult. So the fact that I'm listening to a 7-driver IEM that only costs $350, and then when I hit play or next track, Daft Punk comes on, the love of game, the game of love. Wow. I might be turning dyslexic during this video. Yeah, I knew as soon as I put these IEMs on, oh, these are not just some other piece of shit that I'm going to throw in a pile and compete again. These get their own video. These IEMs might become, if you watched my previous video about I don't know how to do IEMs in the future, one of the suggestions I put out, and a lot of people agree with, is I should have a master pair of IEMs. Like, take a pair, I'm taking them out of my ear right now. I've got them on that neck strap, which you can't buy because they're sold out. The nice hide and drink neck thing. So I'm taking them out. I'm putting them right here on the table. They're okay looking. Like, you don't have to, like, there's nothing magic. They're not made of stone. They have pretty glitter, and they're plastic, and they use a 2-pin. And these will be at $350. They're the master set. Everything has to compete with that now. The next time I pull out an IEM and it's $299, does it beat what I want from these? Or if I pull out a set, it's a little bit more money. $425 to compete with this. Now, I could also go with like subcategories of like, well, Zeos, what is the sound signature of these? Because in the write-up, which, by the way, she's drinking tea. If I say she's drinking tea, I don't think it's not coffee. It's not chili either. It could be chili. Hot girls drink chili. They say it's got very neutral, flat mid-range. Sure. Great. I'll agree with you. Whatever you want to say. The fact is that these IEMs sound more alive. I know this is going to be one of those weird things. I could read the text. I thought about just reciting this entire block of text just to see if anyone noticed. You know, the original Mangird Tea took off with instant success across the world, with fans praising its natural tuning. Just do this a lot in videos. The Tea was among the first IEMs to utilize a studio-neutral tuning that focused on flat mids, precision-tuned sub-bass impact, and a natural treble. Whatever. They could say all the shit if they want, but the fact is, he still has to put in your ear and sound like you spent $350 on something that wasn't just another IEM. And they did that. They fucking managed to pull that off. Because it isn't just like, okay, it's one trick pony, it's got wide soundstage. I've reviewed headphones that are just one trick pony. It's got the widest soundstage. Happy? Great. And then there's headphones that, you know, are a V shape and they're just that. I can't even start listing the good things these do. Because I just sat here for like, oh Jesus, 2 hours just now with the fucking heater on my ass. Just listening to music, just my arms up, just scrolling through my phone, just enjoying music. That's the bottom line with an IEM for me. If you have a very specific taste or need, you want to mix and master, you need very, very neutral. I have IEMs that put me to fucking sleep. They just, oh God, they're so boring. And I'm sure that's perfect. In fact, there's people who have like sought after that. Like, I need it to be so boring, so perfectly linear and neutral. I wanted to add nothing to the music. Just give it to me the way the artist intended. And I'm like, I don't think any artist wants to put you to sleep with their music. But here you go. So the T's. Why do you want the T2s? The Mangird Zen's Tuned T2. T like T-E-A, like what she's drinking. Not just the letter T. It's not the T2. It's like Terminator. It's the fucking drink, too. A little bit manic today. It's fine. The guy's coming to pave. By the way, this is number 6,228. You got a nice little, like, card. Accessories, real quick. Ear tips in a little cardboard holder. You get Zen's ear tips, small, medium, large. These are nice silicone ones. You got more Zen's ear tips, small, medium, large, of these silicone rubber. So a little bit stiffer, I'm going to say. Yeah, these have a much bigger like center bit, and this crushes more. So, you know, I can't try every fucking tip that comes with. And then, for some reason, 4 foam tips, small and medium, no large. I need large for one of my ears. I can't do it. So, of course, I've got the Dakoni. What are the names of these tips, actually? The Mercuries? No, the Mercuries are the really small one. There's Dakoni Mercuries and Dakoni. Wow. I'm just backing myself into all sorts of corners in this video. What is your name? Anyway, the Dakoni foams, which I will link in the description, and you just go, oh, they're the Neptunes. They're not called that. Little vent up here. You can actually see through the chassis. It is not like a blacked out plastic. You could see all the shit going on in there. It's kind of like looking into the skull of like an alien. Because there's 6 fucking BAs and then a dynamic way down at the bottom. No, let me take it. No, you know, fuck it. Leave it on this. This is the greatest invention ever, and I wish it comes back in stock. In fact, if this doesn't come back in stock, Zeos is going to call up this company and be like, hey, make this, put Zeospantera on it, and let's sell this on my merch site. Which, by the way, zboombox.com. Merch. If you buy the merch with the Z on it, I'll make more merch without the letter Z in it so people in Europe can get it without being stoned to death. But I got to sell off the gray one. So America, we're looking at you because you don't give a shit if you're wearing Z's in your shirts. I don't. That doesn't work here. It says, by the way, in very fancy font, Mangird. The least sexy fucking name. Even Zen's is sexier than that. But all right, back to sound. I'm going back to sound. How am I going to go back to sound? I'm putting them back on my head. You don't need to see them. By the way, the wire is Sexual Spectacular. It's perfect in every way, except for right at the very end, there's one loop that's just like a 1/16 of an inch too long, and it causes it to have this little, like, there's always a lump. Somewhere in here is one extra long one. And you can work it back, then it's here, and you work forward and it goes there. But other than that, it's perfect. I have the 4.4 Pentacon version. There are 3 versions. Unlike other IEMs that give you like 9 adapters and shit, this one specifically says on the Linsol page, do you want the 2.5, the 3.5, or the 4.4? So this is the 4.4. And one of the accessories it comes with, by the way, we're on the Wild 11 Topaz being fed from the SMSL DO200 Deal, which is their smaller little balanced. The accessories, I think I dropped in here. Yeah, you get a clip for your shirt with a little holder for the wire. Nice box, by the way. You get a nice brown Barbie ottoman. You get a 1/4-inch adapter. All right, so you ready? So you got a 1/4-inch adapter for a 3.5 millimeter, and you got an airplane adapter for a 3.5 millimeter. Even if you get a 4.4 Pentacon, and I'm assuming a 2.5. So you could just throw those in the trash or sell them to somebody. It's nice of them to include those for sale items. Let's get off of that. Maisie Star, Among My Swan, which, if you watch Rick and Morty, one of the tracks on this album, which they're all fucked up, they're all labeled the exact same thing. It's track 11, is the song when Rick and Morty or when Morty's burying Rick and Morty, or when Rick and Morty are burying Rick and Morty. Maybe it's track 12. Yeah, it's track 12. It's Down from a Bridge. Yeah, that song. So I'm wearing these IEMs. And I give them the standard burn-in period because I'm like, fuck it, for 4 or 5, 6 days. So that's plenty of hours. Yeah, I don't think I found... Here's the thing about IEMs. I tried to describe it in the little run-through video I did last time. When an IEM is competent or exceptional, which these are exceptional, I can look at my wall of headphones, even the ones covered with the merch you can get at zboombox.com. I look at my wall of headphones and go, better than you, better than you, better, way better than you, oh fuck, they're not even close. HG600s, these all day. Just straight down the line of like, can these beat every headphone on my wall? And I usually take a headphone off the wall that sounds like the Zen's Mangird Tea 2s. I'd be at a fucking loss. Because there's literally 7 drivers in each ear. And they're doing things and twisting sound and putting delays and stuff to make the spacing weird that just exudes joy from my body. All right? I'm trying to get back to basics with Z reviews as far as like describing sound, because it's getting monotonous now. Just 50,000 headphones later and 25,000 IEMs, I got to figure out how to tell you what things sound like without just saying the same shit, which is real hard because I don't remember everything I've ever said. People who watch my channel remember way more than I do. It's like a comedian who tells a joke and then like 5 years later, the guy comes up, hey, remember that joke you said about the guy with the toupee? And no, but that guy remembers it. He remembers it real good. So I have to try to like completely wipe my brain slate clean and explain to you what I'm experiencing. Because these IEMs, as opposed to like the drones of fucking piles, these feel like an experience. These are definitely better than any $350 headphone you can buy. Like Sundaras have limitations. They're a little bit bass light and they're very natural. That's their thing. Sundaras have a thing. Other headphones, like Phoenix, are warm, V-shaped, a little wide. That's their thing. These Mangird Teas are everything. What's their thing? Do they do low end? Yes. Do they do crisp highs, imaging? Yes. How's the mid-range? Like ideal vocal mid-range. Well, what about the sound state? Perfect. As wide or as narrow as you want, depending on the song. If I could sound demo IEMs, you would think I'm cheating with these. These get their own fucking video, and they will remain here. Like when I'm like, it's time to do a review of an IEM, take 3 or 4 of them out. What's their price range? Oh, against the T2s, they're gonna fucking lose. There's a very slim chance. I had to pull out my clairvoyance, which are like $700, and then actually A/B to be like, all right, which one of these am I enjoying more? Because really, you come to Z Reviews, if you want to read specs, the websites have those. If you want to see measurement graphs, fuck those, I don't give a shit. Measurement graphs exist for a reason, for tuning purposes. If you make your final decision on a headphone or an IEM or a speaker or a fucking car based on a graph, you probably don't understand how music feels. Because there are so many aspects that a graph cannot tell you. How something is delivered, how something sounds, versus just like, oh, this is how it measures. I'm literally epic score when darkness appears. Breathing, dragons breathing, just left, right, but not like just left, right, like back, left, and front, right. It's like a back, right, front, left. I'm dyslexic, apparently. Wow. I gotta look that up. Can you just gain dyslexia? And then I put on something that isn't like this epic breathing dragon. South Park Chef A, Meatloaf. Rest in peace, Meatloaf. Tonight is right for love. And it's just the smoothest, cleanest love. This is the Love Gravy song with Meredith Baxter Burney. Oh my God, this is that song. What for love? Love Baxter Burney. Wow. It's like the tonality, like the real deep Isaac Hayes is just pushing into the back of my head. And I've listened to South Park a lot because I have a million fucking tracks for them. The only problem with IEMs is you have to wear them. That's the biggest problem I have with IEMs is I have to wear them. I'm wearing them right now. I'm in my basement. I don't need to be wearing them. What if someone's behind me with a fucking pickaxe? What if they just come down the stairs? I'll never hear them because I got IEMs in. And they just murder me. Then no more Z Reviews. That's going to be sad. So I'm not paranoid to wear IEMs. It's just something I don't want to do if I have the options for headphones or speakers. But, oh my Lord. The 80s Dream compilation tape, Volume 3, Dance with the Dead, New Retrowave from The Entity. Either it's Dance of the Dead, The Entity, or the reverse of that. They're so big. These are fucking huge. Like, these are huge sounding, and they're just impressive. It's like a warm, giant set of speakers, but not just two, like 6. Like a surround sound of vintage, like PS10. It's just PS10, 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 PS10 right here. And the sound just fills your fucking space. I don't want to sound like I'm fucking bullshitting too much, but this is what audio is. Audio is an indescribable thing. Just like taste is an indescribable thing. How's grandma's apple pie compared to store-bought? Good in the description. In your comments, I want to hear in words that you could type. Describe apple pie. It's fucking hard. This whole review process for mine is about inflection and volume and cursing and trying to exude the excitement I have about these in a video format. It's fair. I'm sure science could make a fucking video about it. All of science. Science is a person. So yeah, do I like the Mangird T2s? Fuck yes. Do I recommend them? Yes. They're it till they're dead or till I find someone better. That's the new slogan of Z Reviews. You're it till you're dead until you find someone better. It's also a slogan from Starship Troopers. Great. I didn't read the book. I heard the book is better than the movie, but you know what? I got a big projection screen. I like movies, so I'm going to go with that. That's it. There's nothing I have to tell. If you have questions, I'll usually answer them in the comments. Here, just put a nice, for like a day or two. If you're finding this in like 2025, probably won't find your comment. But if you join my $10 tier on Patreon or Subscribestar, and you're like, at Zeospantera, hey, you know the Mangird T2s? What about their ability to do oboes? I have oboe fetish. I like fucking oboes, only oboes. And I'll be like, well, you're paying to be here, so I'll whip them out and put on oboe music. What's oboe music? I know what the oboe is. But is there like specifically oboe music? That's why you're coming to see reviews. Because I ask the hard questions. Anyway, fuck it. $350 IEM. It's getting its own video. And this is now benchmark for this price range. I don't know how low I'd have to go. Like, I feel like this is beating up, and anything like $150 is like, good luck. But I will definitely stretch to $700 IEMs. I have in the box, which I got a new box coming up because I want to affiliate link it. I have this, excuse me, Rode headphones. I have this beautiful 24 case, it's a watch case. It doesn't have a handle, so I bought a handle. But it's like, it's like padded, and it's like vinyl textured, and that's real glass. And I don't know how I'm gonna stand it up because there's so much space in here that, you know. But I'm gonna have all my my IEMs. Look how empty that is. My IEMs that I'm like, these are my IEMs. These are the ones I love. I want to put them in a case with glass, and I want to be able to like take it places and show people. So these will be in that case under, this is the fucking best you can get for $350. Done. For just enjoyment, listening, just fucking, what does Zeos want? Rebrand these to the Zeos fucking headphone IEMs, because they're not so cheap that it's like, well, I need to upgrade because these are cheap ones, but not so expensive that you can't fucking afford them. The $350 is like, if when I didn't have any money, a $350 IEM would be fucking dumb. But if you're actually working towards like, I just want one end game IEM at $350, Mangird Tea. Done. Anyway, back to like ending this video. Download the wallpaper. If you want every wallpaper that I automatically swap to and have it download to your computer magically, there's a link under the wallpaper link. So you just set up a Resilio sync and be like, put all Zeos wallpapers here. And when I'm actually here dragging things around, when I drop it in the done folder, like I've set it, you get it. When I set it, you get it. Okay, good. So you want that wallpaper, you can get it there. If you want to find the original artist, Sauce Now or IQDB will help you. Patreon subscribe star, I've already said, you know, see reviews early, participate in yard sales. These will obviously not be in the yard sale. I made that fucking mistake with the first set. And I think about them. You know how many IEMs have come through this fucking channel that I think about an IEM I sold that I liked a lot, and I'm like, yeah, I just sell this. I have so many, and I regret it. I would have sold the Legacy 3s. The only reason I couldn't sell the Legacy 3s is I got the custom in-ear ones with the so I couldn't sell them. But anyway, Patreon subscribe star, see reviews early, participate in yard sales, $10 a month, private behind the scenes Telegram chat where there's like 220 people in there, or there will be, that resets every 3 months. Those people get any answers they want. They see everything I get in Unbox. They get video bubbles. They get my voice messages. So that's where you want to be for that. Also, if you're in that, you get into a lifetime swap meet chat, which is what I meant to say, not yard sale. Swap meet chat, where you could just be like, hey, I bought, you know, this remote control and I don't want it anymore. Give me $450 for it. You know, CONUS only. And then everyone can see that. And they're like, people there are hungry for deals. So you'll probably sell it. Or you'll probably buy something and then you'll have saved or gained no money. But yeah, the $10 lifetime chat. So once you've bid in the $10 tier, you're in the lifetime swap meet forever. And then what else is there? Hi-Fi Guides in the Hi-Fi Guides forum. Thank you to Still DeConey for sponsoring. There will be other sponsors in the Hi-Fi Guides forums so that we can get rid of that banner ad. And I'm going to start doing IEMs way more than one at a time unless it's like this important. Because I agree. Doing like 3 in a row is like, okay, Zeos did 3 IEMs. Am I going to watch all 3? You know, there's time jumps. You could jump around to it. Like, I don't know how the fuck I'm going to word the time stamps in this because I'm manic and I'm bouncing back and forth between things. It isn't like, and now we will talk about sound. 4 minutes in. And now we will talk about tuning. No, it's like fucking crazy butterflies. You see Star Trek sucks. I'm done. Thank you for stopping by. This is good. I needed this. I've been in like a slump. I haven't done an actual review. Like I had pasta in town and I was in New York. My parents, and I just haven't sat to do a real review. And I need to get back. I need to get the juices flowing. This is what makes the juice go. Something exceptional makes the juice go. I cleared off my desk. The Ukrainian amps are over there now. I'll probably bring a couple back here and there as I'm testing other things, but I need to clear it off because I got to do the big fucking bass sec. You don't need to hear this. Tell the wallpaper. Why are you still here? Like the end of Ferris Bueller. Why are you here? Go home. Go home. Support on Patreon. Go home.